Santa Fe Southern Pacific merger. From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. In the 1980s, the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway, ATSF or SF, and Southern Pacific Transportation Company, SP, attempted a merger. It began with the merger of the holding companies Santa Fe Industries and the second incarnation of the Southern Pacific Company on December 23, 1983, to form the Santa Fe Southern Pacific Corporation, SFSP, which held the SP shares in a voting trust. After the Interstate Commerce Commission denied the merger, SFSP sold SP to the Rio Grande Industries on October 13, 1988. It was renamed the Santa Fe Pacific Corporation on April 25, 1989. Contents: 1. History. 2. Kodachrome paint scheme. 3. References. 4. External links. 5. Additional sources. History. Main article, Santa Fe Pacific Corporation. The merger was opposed by the Justice Department in 1985 and denied a 4-1 vote by the Interstate Commerce Commission on July 24, 1986, who ruled that such a merger included too many duplicate routes and was therefore monopolistic. The Commission denied SFSP's appeal again in a 4-1 vote on June 30, 1987. The holding company, ordered to operate Southern Pacific at arm's length until it was sold, disposed of it on October 13, 1988, to Rio Grande Industries for $1.2 billion and the assumption of all SP's debt, which consolidated the SP with its Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad under the Southern Pacific name. The holding company retained all non-rail interests of both predecessors and shortened its name to Santa Fe Pacific Corporation. All of the California real estate holdings were consolidated into a new company, Kerbal Development Corporation, becoming the state's largest private landowner. Kerbal subsequently purchased the Union Pacific Railroad's interest in the Los Angeles Union Passenger Terminal. In 1995, the Santa Fe merged with the Burlington Northern to form the Burlington Northern and Santa Fe Railway, BNSF, and the SP was bought out by the Union Pacific Corporation the following year. Kodachrome paint scheme. The holding company controlled all the rail and non-rail assets of the former Santa Fe Industries and the Southern Pacific Company, and it was intended that the two railroads would be merged. They were confident enough that this would be approved that they began repainting locomotives into a new unified paint scheme, including the letters SP or SF as an adjacent empty space for the other two, as SPSF, the reverse order of the holding company. The locomotive livery featured Santa Fe's yellow bonnet with the red stripe on the locomotive nose. The remainder of the locomotive body was painted in Southern Pacific scarlet red from their bloody nose scheme, with a black roof and black extending down to the lower part of the locomotive radiator grills. The number boards were red with white numbers, and large block lighters within the red portion of the sides were either SP for Southern Pacific-owned locomotives or SF for Santa Fe-owned locomotives. The lettering was positioned on the side of the locomotive so that the other half of the lettering could be added until after the merger became official. Two EMD ATSF SD45-2s, ATSF 7219 and 7221, were painted with the full SPSF lettering to show what the unified paint scheme would look like after the merger was complete. One Santa Fe caboose was also painted with SPSF in a similar fashion. This paint scheme, combining yellow, red, and black, was to be called Kodachrome paint scheme, due to the color's resemblance to those on the boxes Kodiak used to show its Kodachrome side film, which was heavily used by rail fans at the time. After the ICC denial, railroad industry writers, employees of both railroads, and rail fans alike joked that SPSF stood for "shouldn't paint so fast." At the time of the merger denial, approximately 306 ATSF locomotives, 4 ATSF cabooses, 10 ATSF slugs, 96 SP locomotives, and 1 SP caboose had been painted in this fashion. The two railroads made an effort to repaint their standard paint schemes after the merger was denied. Santa Fe repainted all Kodachromes still on the roster by 1990, aside from 6 C-30-7s, which survived a few years into the BNSF merger. Though some engines were sold in this scheme, Southern Pacific's less numerous Kodachromes were painted much more slowly. Some remained active on the Union Pacific after the SP buyout. A few Kodachrome locomotives still operate in lease service today. One GP9 ex-Santa Fe Southern Pacific 2873 is operated by the Western Pacific Railroad Museum in Portala, California. Another Kodachrome that still exists is an SD40R ex-SP 7357, which is still in service with the Trona Railway STRC 2003.